Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Stella from CZT Jana Rogers. Oh, and today, the time of this recording, it is Thursday, which means it is Tangle Time Day. And oh my goodness, did we ever have fun with this tangle. All right, it's not as hard as it looks like it might be. And it's almost like it's an empty canvas for whatever decorating you might want to do. All right, so we'll get right to it. Let's see. But first, I want to use... Sure I do. A thicker pen. The graphic one has escaped. There it is. Okay. It was right here a second ago. All right. And I like to do this sometimes because we're going to start with some dots. And one in the center of where you want it. Now you could make it, you can make it a little bit bigger than that if you wish. All right. And then, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. All right. A north, a south. I was going to do east, west, nah. North, south. All right. And then in between these, and what I do is I eyeball a line and then put this one just above it. These really should be a little bit bigger. Actually, I'm feeling like the whole thing should be a little bit bigger, but that's okay. This one, you want to make sure to have room between the dots and the edge of whatever you're working on because there's stuff that comes out. Let's go just a tad bigger. I should have used like a 12 micron. So what we're going to do is it's all the same stroke, just coming kind of from different directions. So starting with this here, and we're going to sort of use the takeoff and land concept. And what that is well, normally we would trace around the edge of this orb. Then when we land up here, we trace around the edge of this orb. But this one, we're going to start on the dot. And then we're gonna come around curving to, this would be to the right. So just like that. And you're tracing, like I said, tracing over a little bit. Then, and I'm gonna work counterclockwise. And what we want to have, and I'm gonna do this one opposite of this one. So I'm coming on the inside of this orb. And going out. These are turning out a lot more straighter than, well, because they're awful small. Okay, so we're going to alternate that direction. Okay, so for instance, so this one was on the right side of the orb. This one will be on the left side. And this also is one, and continuing to alternate, where you can have fun with so many aspects of this. Now that one, okay, this is why we do the takeoff and land. My pen kind of malfunctioned there, but you see how it like just goes like into wherever? That's why we like to do the takeoff and land. Let's see if I can had that happen earlier. There we go. Just made it a little thicker on that end. But that's what ends up happening, and usually then, let's see, and then we're going to make sure which direction I'm going inside. There we go. All right. I forgot what I was going to say. It'll come to me. Oh, I know. Sometimes, like, we use this technique in Huggins and Cadent, and a lot of times people say, well, why doesn't mine look like, like yours or like it's supposed to? And usually that's the case because they didn't use the takeoff and land concept. It's such a minute difference. Okay, now, taking to that, and for whatever reason, I like this part I like to work down. So the wider ones are where the lines that you just did are on the outside of the orbs. We're going to take that, and it's the same stroke. Here's something that might help, and we're going to come out the opposite direction. Okay. And that's the takeoff. This one is more of a crash landing, right? Because we're landing, on the dot like that. And then once you get one done, then we're skipping, because this one we're only working where the dots, or no, excuse me, the lines are on the outside of the pair. Another way to think of this is just like, it helps if you've done Cadent or Huggins. We don't cross any lines. So for instance, if I almost accidentally would do like this one, well, in order to do, meet up here, I'd have to cross this line. So that's just one neat way to remember which direction we're going. There are a few tangles where you cross the lines on purpose, but not a whole lot. All right, now, this is cool as it is, but so these gaps, still similar stroke, but we're going to come from the outside again, because we're not cross. If we want to go to the inside, because we would cross lines, and we don't want to do that. All right, so this, like I said, same idea. And you don't have to do these dots. I find it kind of helpful to just give me something to aim for. But you find what's comfortable for you. Whoa, that one went out far. And that's well, you'll see in my samples from today. You can have so much fun. Oh, this one I didn't do a dot, but it doesn't matter. Like so. That is it. That is all there is to this tangle. So now, decorating is up to you. Like I said, I'm going to leave this one just as it is, and then I'll show you some samples, because, sky's the limit. You let your imagination go. Now, one thought, because of course you could also, depending on how you decorate it, you might need to shade it differently. But if we were just leaving it kind of like this, I picture these as being underneath these. So the ones that where the point is going in, I picture those as being over. Now, if you picture it differently, you could shade it differently. So what I'm going to do is put graphite on, well, let's see. And because I like to do my best to keep the tip of the pencil and the tip of the Tortillion where I don't want to have the graphite go over, that's why I'm only doing half. Now I'm not flipping the tile so many times. Oh, but look at how neat it looks, just half. All right, and then we'll come and do this one. Although I probably could have done some of these. My brain likes to figure like the most efficient way to do X. It's like, oh, well, how can I get this done in the least amount of tile turns? All right, one more. Look at that. And then let's do, maybe just up here, let's just do the tips. We can always add more, right? Oh, I kind of like that. Just to give it some running. You could, do it all the way around if you wanted to. Up to you. Okay. It's just interesting. So neat. All right. So that is it, kind of in its most natural form. But then you can have other fun with it. Let me back this camera up. And so this one, I ended up, the pen just said, oh, we're going to make these way round. So luckily it did it right at the beginning, so I just could continue with what was happening. But this one, as you can see, I decided to decorate it by kind of auraing above the little dots, the orbs, and just went with some straight lines and added some perfing. I probably have to add some more stuff. I'm not quite done, but that was a lot of fun. And then similar idea, again, one of those not quite done, but I am not afraid to show you a not quite done piece. I will finish it before I take a good picture of it, though. But yeah, and just a different way of doing the lines. This is more on lines of what I did on my version of the step out. But like I said, you could decorate it, and I really liked this, so I'm like, oh, I'm going to do that again. But you can do whatever you want. All right. So much fun. So if you enjoyed this, and I hope you did, would love it if you click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, click to subscribe as well. In the description section, I mentioned I have links to the step outs. I always do my own version and then link to the creator of the Tangle. Below those, you'll find my Linktree link, and that is ways to connect with me, to connect with our Tangle Addicts community. So if you happen to be on Facebook, we have a private group. There are 4 questions to answer. So if you click join, there's 4 questions to answer and must be answered in order to gain entry. So just so you're aware. But we would love it. We can't have too many Tangle friends. So come and join us. We have a lot of fun. It's a really super supportive and fun group of people. Also, there, link to my website where you can follow my blog. And if you're interested in seeing the pictures, the results from what everybody did, that's where I post it. And I post the replays. They come on the YouTube channel, but I do a recap with pictures and the links to the videos and everything all in one post. And so it's just kind of fun. So if you want to see that, go ahead and subscribe. I usually just do that and a daily tangle, which is what this is. Just so you know, so usually, I mean, there's never more than, okay, unless there's something really weird, usually not more than 2 posts, or 1 post a day, and then every so often there might be 2. All right. Because sometimes just to be aware of that's the level of blow up that your email will have. Not much. If you are interested in taking a class like this, you can find that information also on my website. And if you follow me on Facebook, and there's a couple other places to follow me, you can then, these are free. This is a free class that I do. I do free classes on Thursdays, and then on Tuesdays, there's one free Tuesday a month, and then the rest, have some kind of fee. So, but yeah, come and join us. It's a heck of a lot of fun. And I think that's it. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.